Hello, so this is a revision video for AP Chemistry 1.8, Valence Electrons and Ionic Compounds. Valence electrons are the electrons in the outermost shell of an atom. It is these valence electrons that are responsible for nearly all the chemical behavior of atoms of elements. The number of valence electrons an atom has can be predicted from its group number in the periodic table. Group 1 elements, the alkali metals, have 1 valence electron. Group 2 metals, the alkaline earth metals, have 2 valence electrons, and this increases across a period. For example, Group 17 elements, the halogens, have 7 valence electrons, and Group 18 elements, the noble gases, have 8 valence electrons, apart from helium, which has only 2. The most stable electron configuration for most atoms is to have 8 electrons in its outermost shell. This is referred to as the octet rule. But there are many exceptions to this, especially transition metals. Atoms of elements can often lose or gain electrons to achieve a full outer shell of electrons and satisfy the octet rule. This forms charged ions, with the charge of the ion based on the number of electrons lost or gained by the atom. For example, Group 1 metals lose their 1 valence electron to form ions with a 1+ charge, Group 2 metals lose their 2 valence electrons to form ions with a 2+ charge, and Group 3 metals lose their 3 valence electrons to form ions with a 3+ charge. Nonmetals usually gain electrons to form negatively charged ions, anions, with Group 15 nonmetals forming ions with a 3- charge by gaining 3 electrons, Group 16 nonmetals gaining 2 electrons to form ions with a 2- charge, and Group 17 nonmetals gaining 1 electron to form ions with a 1- charge. Ions form in complementary pairs in reactions, where one atom loses electrons forming a cation and another gains those electrons, becoming an anion. The resulting oppositely charged ions formed are then held together by strong electrostatic forces of attraction, forming an ionic compound. For example, when sodium reacts with chlorine, a sodium atom loses 1 electron and becomes positively charged, and a chlorine atom gains that electron and becomes negatively charged. These ions then end up attracted to each other, forming sodium chloride, NaCl. Note that elements in Group 14 don't often form ions but instead share electrons. Transition metals are in the middle block of the periodic table and can form ions with multiple charges due to their electronic configurations involving d subshells. Exam tip here: always try and relate the charge of an ion to its element's position in the periodic table. If you're unsure about an ion's charge, count the valence electrons an atom of the element has and think about how many need to be lost or gained to get a stable configuration, often satisfying the octet rule.